I'm so happy to share an amazing and inspirational story today, a very moving story with you. And I want to dedicate it to all those who, these difficult times, not just thinking about how to survive in isolation, but go beyond their quarantine walls, reaching out those who need their help, medical professionals, people that feed the hungry and take care of others, people who can pick up the phone and call lonely people and offer them emotional support. So all those who today think about others, it is my blessing to you. So yesterday we were learning together with a group of friends. Actually, we do it every night. And one of my friends, Ephraim Warshawski, Rabbi Ephraim Warshawski, shared an amazing story. He said that one morning he was leaving a hospital after spending a night with his father-in-law, who was dying from cancer at that time, who was a Holocaust survivor. And while getting in the car, he saw a person who was looking for a taxi to go to Brooklyn. So he let him in, and he saw that on his arm was a number. It was June, and people, wearing short sleeves. So, and he said to him, "You know what? I didn't sleep the whole night, and I'm about to teach Russian Jewish children, students in my class in Sinai Academy, Brooklyn. And maybe you can please share a story with me." And the person said, "Of course." And he said, "When I was living in Europe before the war, I was totally secular person. I had nothing to do with Jewish religion. But when I got into a concentration camp, I faced horrific labor. It was very, very difficult labor. And at this time, the Nazis took away our names. We only had numbers. And these numbers were written on the uniforms of the prisoners. And the rule was that everyone was given a huge amount of work to do. As they said, labor freeze, right? They wanted you to work to death. And when person was not able to fulfill the quota of the day, then he was beaten up. So what did they do? They put everyone at the end of the day like on a line, and then call the numbers of those who did not fulfill their requirements, and they were beating up. So just before that time, the Jewish people, the religious Jews, the observant Jews, they had arguments. And what was the arguments? What they were arguing about? So when he heard that a prisoner comes, a healthier, stronger prisoner comes to a weak and ill person and says to him, "Give me your uniform. I want to be beaten up instead of you." And the other person said, "No, I can handle it. No, they're going to kill you." So these arguments, when people wanted to be hit by the Nazis and maybe even killed, but save another person's life, changed his life, his perception of the world. And he said, if I see people dedicated to each other and they're willing to die for each other and suffer pain for each other, I want to be part of this community. I also want to be part of this Jewish nation. Unbelievable story. Unbelievable story. I have to share my personal experience as well. I remember when I came to Israel in 1981, and it was like a Beit Knesset, a shul for the new immigrants. One of the person who was davening there was a person who came from St. Petersburg, today Leningrad then. And he was a Carpathian Jew, I understand. He went to Jewish school, Heder, before the war, but he was totally secular by the time that the Nazis invaded his town, and he was sent to Auschwitz, to concentration camp. And he said to me, he said, "You know what? I was totally not observant. But when I saw that every 5 people in a row that were brought to labor in Auschwitz, there were 5 and 5. So each 2 rows of 5 made a minion. People were not broken in their spirits. Even though many people knew that they may not return back to the camp, they may die. Nevertheless, they used any opportunity, and they stick together. They were dedicated to each other, and their spirits were strong even then." I also remember Viktor Frankl's testimonies in the book Man's Search for Meaning, where he clearly said that his scientific observation, one of the greatest psychologists and psychiatrists of history, he said, "I saw people who were dedicating their lives to others, and they had greater chance of survival than those who were busy with their own survival." Is it a paradox? He said, no, because when person is searching for his mission and dedicates himself to something greater than him, He has greater powers. He's not going to kill himself. He's not going to commit suicide because his life has meaning. So it really reminds me of something very important that, we say, David HaMelech said that, Ivdu es Hashem b'simcha, you should serve Hashem with joy, with happiness. And some people maybe mistakenly think, when you serve Hashem, you must be happy. How can you be happy? And the answer is, it's all other way. It's all the way around. It is not that you must be happy when you serve Hashem. It is when you serve Hashem and you dedicate yourself to serving Hashem, which means you dedicate yourself to serving your family, your community, and other people, then Hashem gives you power. Then Hashem gives you a sense of satisfaction that you're fulfilling your mission. And that is the greatest reward, not just the achievement of your goals, but really it is that you feel that you have a reason to wake up in the morning. You have a mission and a purpose in your life. It's so beautiful that in this week's Parsha, it says, Kedoshim to you, you should be holy. And when Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, it's written in the Sefer and Zohar, and his students, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his students, were reading Torah, and they came to this sentence, you should be holy. He suddenly rejoiced, and his students rejoiced together with him. Why did he rejoice? Why his students rejoiced with him? Because he realized a great secret. It's not you should rejoice. We say it in English. In Hebrew, Kedoshim to you can be really translated, you will become holy. It means, despite all the obstacles in your way, internal and external, internal doubts, internal weaknesses, and external obstacles of Nazis or KGB or you name it, or coronavirus. When you dedicate yourself to others, to serving your Hashem, to serving your nation, to serving humanity, Hashem will give you power that you didn't even know you have. You will achieve your goals, but the greatest goal will be that the person you will become holy. Holy in Hebrew, kadosh. Kadosh means lihagdish, to dedicate. You will be a dedicated person. So, to be a dedicated person is the greatest reward that brings happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction. So I want to wish everyone health, stay safety, stay happy, and be dedicated to others. All the best. Good Shabbos and Shabbat Shalom.